Hello there people, this is Terra Aqua and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is a very hot Sunday afternoon here in the Philippines and I am currently here in my garden doing some maintenance with my plants. So today, we will be discussing some basic stuff about carnivorous plants, particularly nepenthes. We will also touch some basic care tips on how to make your carnivorous plants thrive and survive. Just a disclaimer, I am not a botanist nor an expert. I am just an avid hobbyist who loves to do research and ask people about their experience in keeping plants. Therefore, what you'll hear from me are a hodgepodge of experiences coming from other hobbyists, which are combined with my own experience and observation. So what are carnivorous plants? Flesh-eating monsters? No. Carnivorous plants, or CPs as referred to in the hobby, are plants that evolve itself with different trapping mechanisms in order to absorb nutrients by feeding on insects, thus veering away from conventional plants wherein it absorbs nutrients from the soil in order to thrive. It is believed by known experts that CPs naturally occurred in a nutrient-depleted environment such as bog, ultramafic rocks, and the like. Given such situation, CPs independently underwent an evolution to adapt for the sustenance of its nutritional needs. There are many varieties such as Venus flytraps, sundew, rainbow plants, pitcher plants, etc. But for today's discussion, the focus will be about nepenthes, also known as tropical pitcher plants. Nepenthes, also known as tropical pitcher plants or commonly known as monkey cups, are widely distributed in the Asian continent, particularly the Southeast Asia. Majority of these species are classified as perennials that grow in nutrient-deficient or acidic soil. Some are epiphytes and live on the branches of trees. The lid of the pitcher secretes nectar to attract an unfortunate prey, which are unable to escape from the trap because of its downward pointing hairs and slick sides. There are different species of nepenthes, and each has its own remarkable characteristics. Some have tubby pitchers, some are colorful, some are just purest in terms of coloration, some are dark in coloration, etc. The distinctiveness of each species really captivates the attention and enthusiasm of long-time plant keepers, neophytes, and even those that are totally inexperienced regarding plant keeping hobby. So basically speaking, there are 5 things that you need to remember when it comes to making your nepenthes thrive and survive. The following are lighting, humidity, temperature, media, and nutrients. Just like any other plants, nepenthes need sunlight in order to perform photosynthesis. So, what is photosynthesis? If you can still remember in your science class way back then, basically it is the use of sunlight to absorb nutrients. Without this process, plants will wither away and eventually die. Nepenthes in the wild usually receives an ample amount of sunlight. Some are good with direct sun, some enjoy dappled light, and some are just contented with bright shade or indirect sun. Please note that it varies from species to species. A direct sun may be good for this particular species, but it may be bad to another, so research and observation is the key. As for me, I keep my plants in an open porch wherein they receive direct morning sunlight from 6 AM to 10 AM. The rest of the day will be bright shade. You will notice a red pigmentation in the leaves if this plant is exposed too much. It is also an indication that your plant is acclimating itself to the new environment. But don't worry, the next leaf that will sprout will surely adapt to the environment. Hence, it will have a normal coloration. Just remember, too much light is bad, lesser light is bad, so find the balance. When it comes to humidity, you need to remember two things. The first one is humidity in the root system. Basically, it is your usual routine of watering plants. Nepenthes in the wild can be found in a humid environment. Being endemic to a tropic part of the Asian continent, it experiences two seasons, rainy and drought. So in watering your nepenthes, always remember to keep the media humid but not soaking wet, because it will definitely cause root rot and the proliferation of molds and mites. The other aspect is humid surroundings. Basically, it boils down to misting. Again, in the wild, nepenthes grows in a humid area. Thus, we need to mimic the natural habitat of this plant for it to thrive and survive. By the way, misting may vary from one condition to another. If you are living in the urban areas, frequent misting is a must. I encourage you to place a hygrometer in order for you to determine the humidity levels of your grow area. For those in the highlands, you may discard frequent misting, especially during rainy seasons. Also, remember the water should have a 0 ppm or low ppm reading in terms of TDS. The likes of rainwater, distilled, or reverse osmosis water should suffice. Just remember, too much humidity is bad, lesser humidity is bad, so find the balance. Temperature varies from one species to another. The key to this is to know the altitudinal distribution. There are 4 categories actually: lowland, intermediate, highland, and ultra-highland. For most intermediate and highland species, 25 degrees Celsius during the day and 15 degrees Celsius at night is ideal. Lowland species require closer to 30 degrees Celsius during daytime and 20 degrees Celsius during nighttime. As to media mix, the key is to use a nutrient-depleted, airy, and can hold up a certain amount of humidity. Some use sphagnum moss mixed with cocoa chips. Some will use a combination of washed cocoa pit mixed with perlite. Any mixture will do, for as long as the media being used is not soil-based. Otherwise, the plant will die. As I have discussed earlier, nepenthes is not your conventional type of plant, which will use its root system to absorb nutrients. If you will use such kind of media, it will just cause demise to your nepenthes. And last but not the least, let's talk about nutrients. A carnivorous plant, such as nepenthes, evolved itself by producing a trapping mechanism in order to catch small insects. Its pitfall trap will attract an unfortunate prey which will fall inside the pitcher. Now the pitcher has digestive enzymes. This is responsible in the breaking down process of the prey. Nutrition then will be absorbed upon digestion. A very important reminder: please avoid using garden soil and fertilizers. This will not be of help. Instead, it will just kill your beloved nepenthes. All in all, that sums up the basic care tips with regard to keeping carnivorous plants, particularly nepenthes. So thank you very much guys for watching. Until next time, goodbye.